Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. Welcome, one and all. Thank you so much for being here. I forgot. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, I see what I did here. I forgot that I took the introduction out. So, if you would, the hell is that? Okay, if you would, if you would grant me the privilege, I would appreciate it. So hit it. Now all I got to do is try to figure out why did I take it out. Huh. Oh well, I guess it's not important at this point. Um. Let's see. Emerald D, thank you very much for being here first. Connie Bomber. Hey, Connie Bomber. Connie Bomber. Connie Bomber. All right. Soul Brothers here. Felton LaShawn, Miss Viv, Vanessa Jones. Let me see. April May, Shirley Holland, Cookies and Cream, and a bunch of other folks. All right. Um, all right. Yet another recycled thumbnail. I changed it just a bit. I added the new consort. Yes, I added the alternate consort. If you know, you know. Okay, let's get on with it, shall we? Keeping up with the Sussexes. Now, as you know, that was a veiled swipe at Harry and Meghan. Um, I will promise you, you will never see the Duchess of Sussex walking around trying to show off her caboose, okay? Showing off herself like that. In such a daring, risque outfit like that purple one. But as you could understand, they were trying to um, take a swipe at the Sussexes because, when they first moved to the US and settled in Montecito, and of course, we all know that there are no leaks in Montecito. Anyway, when they first moved there was this notion that Harry and Meghan would become the Kardashians, and that they were going to have like a reality show type of life and all that kind of stuff. But you have to feed reality shows, and I do not see the Sussexes willing to humiliate themselves in such a way, having cameras about. And now that is a path to uh, becoming billionaires, but not a path that they need to take. So they're going to stick to the more traditional route as opposed to, all that kind of stuff. So no danger of that. And then later on, it was the Tinseltown takeover. Meghan and Stern, Prince Harry leads Star Parade at Kris Jenner's 70th birthday bash held at Jeff Bezos' $165 million mansion in Beverly Hills. You know, for a British tabloid newspaper, they sure do talk about money a lot. One of the things you always hear Americans criticized for is, well, what do you do? Well, how much do you make? Oh, I make XYZ. Yeah, we're always criticized for talking about money so much. Um, but yet, this British based tabloid newspaper, they never stop talking about it. They are obsessed with how much money a person has and how many bathrooms they have. All right. Lex says, I'm confused. Do the British media like celebrities or not? Excellent question. Thank you for the super chat. I believe they love celebrities, but only so they can compare them to the royal family. It's always that weirdness about how do celebrities react to the royals. You know what I mean? That is always very important. As a matter of fact, I do believe, and I think it's a very fair thing to expect. I mean, if I was British, I would compare every famous, wealthy, global personality, captains of industry, politicians. I would always compare how they treat the members of the royal family in comparison to how they treat everyone else. Meaning, of course, I guess if I was British and they were showing deference to, let's say, Queen Elizabeth, then it would be as though they were paying me a certain level of respect. When in reality, um, I think people only do that because of a matter of tradition. You know, it's kind of like when I went to Japan and I saw people where, like, you go to a shop, you pay for something, and they do that little bow. So I started doing it too. I just wanted in on it because it seemed fun and interesting. And I think that's what most people, when they look at the royal families, I think it's just a novelty. That's all it is a novelty to most people in the world. I mean, but to the monarchists, I'm sure it still means a lot. But um, I guess the simple answer is yes, they love celebrities, but they only love them when they can compare them to the royals. That's just my opinion. Is how do they compare to the royals? You know, I was thinking about that today, actually. Um, you know, I love cars, right? I'm a big car enthusiast. And when you see the classic Duesenberg, like the big ones, the ones that are like, I don't know, look like they're 20 feet long. I know they're not, but they're very long vehicles, right? And they have these huge engines with race car technology. You know, in the US, it was easier for common people to buy automobiles like in the early days of automobiles. It was very easy. In Europe, only the landed gentry and royalty owned automobiles. You had to really be somebody to have one. Um, and so when it came to like Hollywood stars, they were really our first idea of any type of royalty for the US, I believe. You know, they lived like royalty. We talked about them and gossip about them like royalty. Of course, this is back in the day, you know, the early days of Hollywood. They were the celebrity, I mean, the royalty, you know, and I think people still compare them. Let's see, how much did William spend on Earthflop without any coverage? I'm guessing, well, okay. I saw somewhere where they said 300,000 pounds of public money of taxpayer money was spent by William. Of course, the balance of the money came out of the tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars that William raised. So if my math is correct, and I'm basing this on like maybe 2 years ago, they had raised a total of maybe 12 million pounds. And do you remember that? They said maybe about 7 million pounds was used at that point in the history of the Earth flop. They said it was like 7 million pounds was used just to promote the foundation or charity, whatever. Well, it's not a charity, it's a foundation, right? Anyway, they said about 7 million pounds was used just to promote it, just to pay for travel, just to rent a hall to hold the event. And only a small amount of money has been rewarded to the winners because they do not get all of their money at once. It's paid over time. So I think at the 5 year mark, that's when the first winners will have been paid in full. You follow? I think that's when the first winners would have been paid in full. But I'm just trying to pick this out of my memory. Um, but I cannot be 100% certain. But I do know the operating cost is not being shouldered by William. It is coming out of the funds that they raised, and royal protection and transportation. I believe that's where the 300,000 pounds come from. But William is paying for nothing, right? So it's all what they raised minus the operating costs, minus whatever they have paid out in prizes thus far, which I do believe the prizes are paid individually over a 5 year period. So they do not walk away with all that money at once. So that's my best recollection of how it works. Let's see. Oh, by the way, thank you, Legs. How much the is that palaces are worth? Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that they are would fetch a lot of money just from the provenance, all of that history and everything. People would pay good money for that. Is that Mariah Carey? It is Mariah Carey. Um, oh gosh, who is that in a white tuxedo? I don't know. And Jeff Bezos with that big gift box. Is that a big gift box, or are you just happy to see me? Let me see. I remember the financial report for the Royal Foundation. Didn't they have 9 million pounds in ancillary funds? I'm snatching these numbers off the top of my head, and I just do not recall exactly. But I'm thinking those figures is something that I recall, more or less, of course. Yeah, they got to pay those people. They got to pay those people the cost of the celebrities, and then of course the other costs that you have listed there. Oh man, the other costs you have listed there, I don't know how they pay those. Oh, that is Bill Gates. Oh, it is Bill Gates, isn't it? Yeah, that's Bill Gates. When I saw the picture larger, I knew that was him, but I kind of forgot just now. This is why I don't drive at night. I don't see good. Let's see. Hi, Cindy says, I live in California all my life. 62, you're right. No, I'm not impressed, but I do know Chris Kardashian is revealing a 1 million. It's a $1 million facelift, right? Hmm. Well, whatever she did, she looks good. And I heard that it was a particular type of process to give her the look that she has. Hello, Ivy here. Hey, Ivy, thank you for joining us. Hi, Hazel Jones. Okay. All right, let's keep it moving then. So we're going to review some photos that we actually saw last night, and then there's some that you didn't see. Um, and also, I don't know if you all realize this, but there was actually two events that the Sussexes attended last night. I think Meghan wore the same outfit, but Harry had a slight costume change, right? Of course, he ended the night with the tuxedo, looking very dapper for the 007 theme, right? Very dapper. And and of course, we all know, yes, Harry can look very solemn, but Harry is always considering the safety of his wife. That means everything to him. And I believe this was the earlier part of the evening. Notice the necktie. See there? Tuxedo and Meghan with the navy blue and black. And then, of course, Meghan still with the navy blue and black. And of course, Harry at this point is wearing a necktie. So I do believe that the baby, is it baby for baby, baby on baby, something like that? Um, that was earlier in the evening. And wow, does Serena look fantastic? I really, really wish she would wear, something like this more often, as opposed to some of the stuff that is like a little bit too clingy, I think, right? Um, I like that look for her though. Very structured. And who's that in the red and the other lady? I don't know who those people are, but yeah, everybody looks fantastic. Baby to baby. Okay, not baby. What did I say? Baby on baby. That would make for a weird reality show, wouldn't it? Uh, Probably get somebody in trouble. Oh, they raised 18 million. That's right. Didn't they say that that was a record? They said that this baby to baby is like one of the most highly coveted events of the season, and that everybody who's anybody loves to go to this event. So I guess it's that season. It makes sense that you would have events like this in the fall all the way up to the spring, because you don't want to get all dressed up like that when it's hot. So a lot of these events, they seem to gravitate toward a time of the year when it's not as hot outside. So yeah, well, that is really cool. Thank you for that info. Ah, face card always accepted. Face card always accepted. And I got some info on Meghan's outfit. Again, I am loving this look for Serena Williams. It is probably one of the more conservative looks I've seen her with a evening gown, and I am loving it. And of course, our Duchess, she did something very simple, and it's a chic, elegant look, slightly flirtatious with the very high split, but she looks amazing. So elegant. keeping it simple. And I looked at that photo on the left and then even the photo on the right. And this is a photo, well, photos that most of those royal women, you're never going to see this. You're just never going to see this. And that is really too bad. I get the idea of maintaining a certain level of decorum, but for someone like Meghan from California, who is very accustomed to a more tactile type of exchange with friends, this must have been something that was agonizing to give up, the very casual nature uh, that a lot of Californians have. This must have been really tough for Meghan to give that up. Um, People from California, they really are very laid back. Of course, you have some people in California that are very LA. I mean, I'm sorry, very New York. They're about their money. They're always in a hurry. And, you know, they still do things in a New York minute. And usually those are people from New York who are just there to make money. But California really is a great state. It really is a great state. This is a place for possibility. And that is why the Kardashians are where they are right now, because Kris Jenner sees the possibilities. She took advantage of what was available, and she made it work. Millions of Americans have gone west in search of fortune, in search of fame and fortune, and it's a lot of people have done extremely well for themselves. So um, I remember Isabel Sanford was saying that her friends thought she was insane. You're going where? You're going to do what? And if you're not familiar, that's Louise Jefferson, Wheezy. And of course, a lot of people were too polite to say, "Oh, you don't look very Hollywood," or they assumed she would be um, playing the maid. And yes, she did do that on quite a few occasions. However, sorry about that. Eventually, she became the lead in her own sitcom that was based on a character created by her. That is that Hollywood dream, right? That's what it's about. It's not going to be most people's story, I can assure you that. But um, the Sussexes are in the right place. They are in the right place. They are safe. They are loved. They have been nurtured. I love living in California. It was just very expensive. I lived there for 2 years. Yes, the expense. The expense. Oh, something else that they have in common with New York, right, is the expense. That's the best I've ever seen Serena dressed. I wish she would opt for a more auburn or strawberry blonde versus the ash blonde. Otherwise, great look. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And it is a thing about, I think a lot of people, when they reach a certain age, they want to, bring a certain softness to their appearance. And inevitably, that means, going lighter. Or it could be just for the sake of change. But I do agree darker hair might suit her. Although I am a fan of um, you know blonde highlights, and or even going extreme blonde. Um, I mean, because it really does frame the face in a very nice way, but it can also be very jarring in some instances. So, but yeah, I agree. A darker hair color would be most suitable for her. Hey, Ingrid Swords, thank you so much for being here. Okay, so there you have it. Aquazzura pumps. No, I'm sorry, it's this black tie sandal. Sorry about that. Aquazzura bow tie clutch. Yeah, right. And Aquazzura love link earrings. So Aquazzura on the feet, in the hand, and from the ears. It was a night of Aquazzura. Okay. And just looking at a couple of comments here. All right, keeping it moving. There you go. Well, check this out. This piece was created by Canadian veteran artists from the Sunnybrook Veteran Center, finished by veteran Jim LaForce with the support of Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex. You could actually purchase this. You see there? It's it's an it's a silent auction, right? It's a silent auction, and as of a couple of hours ago, $4,000 was the silent bid for this helmet. Now, if you got more than $4,000, you could bid on it as well. Forge from shared experience and mutual respect. One purpose is more than just paint on a helmet. Um, it is a symbol of unity across borders and generations, created by Sunnybrook veteran artists with the help of Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, all who served in different eras and on different soil. This helmet embodies the timeless commitment of those who stand for something greater than themselves. Funds raised from this helmet will be granted to Sunnybrook Veteran Center from from True Patriot Love Foundation to further support their creative art therapy programs. And check that out. There's a whole bunch of stuff for auction. I've even seen scented candles for auction. If you go to their website, you'll see that there's other things for auction. I've even seen two first class round trip tickets to something that were from auction for auction. So far, that one has a bid of about $4,000. So yeah. Anyway, my point is, there's a whole lot of stuff available for auction, and I'm going to get the link for that particular website. Oh my. Oh my goodness. How did I oh yeah. That's okay. Megan's not in that picture, so I'm not interested. Is that Lizzo? Wow. Wow. She looks beautiful. And I tell you what, um uh wait, have I seen this one? I guess I have. Yeah, I have. Okay. I'm just, I just ran into this and I'm looking to see if there's anything that features our Duchess, because if it is, I'm going to make sure I share it with you. But I think I've seen or that I've shared everything. So all I'm looking for now is, oh, there it is. I'm going to share the link for you for the auction. Wow, a $12,000 bid for the Nahani River canoeing rafting trip. Um, $12,500 bid for the Alpha Jet passenger ride experience. Wow, you could ride in a real fighter jet. So yeah, there's a lot of different stuff here that you can bid on, including hockey jerseys for oh, it's a Wayne Gretzky. I don't think I like him anymore, do I? Um, I think he went too right wing for my taste. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sitting up here shopping. Let me get this link for let me get this link for you. I'm sitting up here shopping while I'm live. Um, I'm sorry, it was some good stuff there. I mean, nothing I could afford, but I like looking at it. So there's that, and then I'm going to, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put the link up at the top of the chat. That's what I'm going to do. And then after that, I am going to put on my boogie shoes. I'm going to put on my boogie shoes and boogie with you. Hey. All right. Let me click on it just to make sure that it takes you where you need to go. Huh. Okay, I guess it does work. How come the one up top is not working? Let me see there. Oh, it does work. Okay. All right. So good. It is working. All right. Again, that is the link for that silent auction for the True Patriot Love. Some very interesting stuff there, mostly helmets. But again, there's other things that you can shop for. Speaking of shopping, again, to everyone who sent gifts for my birthday, I received 3 gifts from, oh no, 4, because I got something from Joan Garcia, who did mention it here, but I don't want to mention the names of the other people that sent stuff. But I have the most amazing butter dish. I'm so easy to please, ain't I? I had been needing a butter dish. I never actually ever purchased a butter dish before in my life. And well, anyway, it is amazing. I love that thing. And what else did I get? Oh, some plates that match the some plates that I already have. I'm not plates, but bowls that match some plates I already have. And lastly, um, oh, the soap that I keep talking about. Oh my God, this smells so good. I haven't even used it yet. It's just sitting here on my desk. Every so often, it smells so good. I love this soap. Newport, Heritage Newport, from Caswell Massey. So good. I'm gonna hate to use it because then I won't have it here at my desk, so I can just smell it. My God, that smells good. It smells like Newport, not the cigarettes, of course, but it's like what you would expect Newport to smell like. All right, so let's continue then. I call this Poppygate. Thank you to Nelly. Yeah, Nelly from X, formerly known as Twitter. This is what I love about this community. Collectively, we are able to set the record straight. So picture it. Fleet Street, or wherever the hell that rag is from. Fleet Street, 2025. Carly Duffy, senior showbiz reporter, writes, Meghan Sussex ditching Poppy is embarrassing for Harry. She knows what she's doing. Meghan has given another silent dig at the UK and, quite frankly, her husband, with her latest decision. Now, that is just dripping with disdain, isn't it? So, Meghan deliberately avoided wearing the poppy. So, not only is she taking a swipe at Harry, but she's taking another swipe at 66 million British people. How dare she? Embarrassing life cycle of toxic British press. Embarrassing life cycle of the toxic British press. In 2024, how dare Meghan wear a poppy? In 2025, how dare Meghan not wear a poppy? Make up your GD mind. You see the one on the left side there? Prince Harry and Meghan branded frauds as they wear remembrance poppies in video. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex released a surprise video on their Archwell Foundation site on digital violence, but people have hit out at the couple's poppies. Now, when you say people, do you mean a sharp-eyed, who is that, Lottie O'Brien that wrote that article? Lottie O'Brien, who has nothing else to do but sit around and try to figure out what they can bitch and complain about? That Lottie O'Brien? Well, Lottie O'Brien decided to go there and accused the Sussexes of being frauds back in 2024. But fast forward to 2025, now it's not that they're frauds, it's that Meghan has secretly devised a plan. She hatched a plan to strike out at the very heart of Britain. How dare she? Y'all make up your mind. Either you want poppies or you don't want poppies. So thank you, Nellie, for reaching back and finding the other article from November of last year, almost a year to the day, November 8th, followed by this one, November 9th, 2025. So, you know what? I remember how emotional the poppies are. So I decided to do some reaching back of my own. Voila! Harry and Meghan wear poppies as they pay tribute to U.S. veterans at Navy SEALs facility in San Diego ahead of Armistice Day. If I recall, and I do because I went and found the article, as you can see, November 9th, 2023, 2 years ago, to the day, 2 years ago, they opened up this center in San Diego, and Meghan, wearing a very smart dark suit, and Harry, likewise, they are both sporting the poppies. And Meghan even went further. She even went further. And this is why I'm so amazed, is because I wonder what the stance was the year before, where in 2023, when Meghan put on a creative spin, Remembrance Day poppies. Look at the sweater that she's wearing. Now, that is a black and white photo. So the Archwell team, when they took her photo, they, posted the photo in black and white. So you don't have a clear view of Meghan's sweater, but that is what she wore to the event that they attended that day, followed by another event. I believe it was the next night when they went to the Navy SEALs Center. In photographs shared by Archwell, Prince Harry is wearing a Remembrance Day poppy on the lapel of his suit jacket, and Meghan is wearing a Carolina Herrera cardigan that features floral applique poppies. So instead of just wearing a lapel pin, she embraced the motif of the crimson flower in her fashion, while the cardigan that the Duchess of Sussex is wearing is unfortunately sold out everywhere. There are a few others similar sweaters on the market. So not only did Meghan make a statement, but as usual, they sold out. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of the people that have been hypercritical about the puppies were some of the first ones to go and buy one. So that was 2023 when, and as you can see, Meghan is not just wearing a poppy; she has on an enamel pin. It's not a cloth poppy like most people wear. It is enamel. As a matter of fact, I do have a picture of it. Let me see. Right there. That's what she's wearing right there. The American Legion family. Um, just so you know, if you are from the UK, Americans don't really embrace the poppy. We don't dislike it, but it's just never been a thing for us. You're not going to see people anchoring the news wearing poppies. Uh, you won't see a lot of them unless you're at the American Legion Hall or something of that nature. You just do not see a lot of them, even on Veterans Day, which is on the 11th. You will not see a lot of the poppies, although you will see more of them that day than you will ever see most days in the U.S. But it's just not really something that's caught on here. So again, a much uh, much to do about nothing. That's what it is. It is much to do about nothing. So unnecessary, all this fuss, but yet here we are once again trying to decide what was Meghan's intentions when she stepped out wearing the poppy. Okay. Oh, this is odd. Please tell me oh well. Okay. Let me just take a quick look at something here. By the way, did anybody get a chance to see the video that I made earlier? It was just a short video, like about 3 minutes long. Just curious. Okay. Heather, same in Canada. Uh, oh, let's see. Puppies are for Remembrance Day, the 11th day, the 11th hour, the 11th month. Isn't that when the armistice started? Is that where I remember that from? That it was like a ceasefire or the ending of the First World War? Isn't that what that means? The 11th hour of the 11th month, the 11th day? I know I've heard that before. Heather Stroud says it is the 10th here in Australia. Okay. Okay. Thanks for sharing that. All right. Okay. Thank you all for your comments. Prince Harry and Meghan visit San Diego. Now, the other thing I remember about this, I guess they didn't have a chance to complain about the poppy as much in 2023 because guess what? The big complaint was Harry and Meghan showing up at this a place at all. They just could not stand it that Harry, not to mention Meghan, were invited. This was like really in your face to a lot of the haters who just cannot accept Harry's endearing, long-standing connection to the military community, especially the veterans. They just hate it. They cannot stand it. It causes a very violent reaction in their guts when they realize how much the Sussexes are loved in the United States. As they repeated over and over again that nobody likes them, nobody cares about them. They do that because it's projection, because they're trying their best to taint the waters, right? But it's just not working. It's just not working. We got too many other things to think about than to try to hold the hand of the tabloid media and make them feel as though they're actually hitting a target. Yeah, there was also that photo that caused a lot of anxiety, a lot of anger. Yeah, there was that too. This was at the opening of the center also. Harry gave a brief speech. Yeah, so that was it from that occasion. Now, I still got a whole lot of stuff left, but I figured right here in the middle we'll do one of those little what do you call it? One of those little brain teasers. 99 people fail here. 99 people have failed. Can you find the killer? Can you find the killer? Anybody? I'll give you time. Can you find the killer? Who's guilty? Is it A, B, C, or D? Oh, Hazel Jones says C. Okay. Vivian Green says D. Janice D. Okay, it's between D and C so far. Lex says A. And what is that? Ronwell says D. C. Okay, now listen, you guys. I don't have an answer. I can only share this picture because the person who posted it, you know, they post these, but they don't give you an answer. I am going to go with C, and I'm going to tell you why. Because yes, D looks like like he's too excited and happy, and B is looking confused, which is another way of trying to avoid responsibility. And also, he's wearing that odd color apron. And then there's A, who's literally holding his hand up like he's the one who's done it, right? But if you notice, they C is holding a bottle, and that bottle, which looks like some kind of steak sauce, has a skull and crossbones. Yes, C is too obvious. C is too obvious. And also, notice the green vapor that is coming off of the victim's body. It seems to be flowing directly to C. So I am going to say C. Now, I could be wrong because I don't know, but I feel like it's C. But I tell you what, just for fun, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go and put this image in the Google Lens and see if there is another possible answer um, that comes with this. Again, people just put these things up randomly, so you don't know because they never say what the real answer is. But I find them a lot of fun and interesting, so I just share them with you. Um, well, hell, I can't find it now. What did I do with it? Uh, but I think it's C. C is literally holding the bottle. But then again, A has his hand up as though he's guilty and also, um, oh, I don't know. I don't know. Can you find the killer? Oh, you know what? Now I don't even know. I can't even find it, as if I'd never saved it in the first place. Maybe I didn't. Oh, well, never mind. I'll just move on to something else. But I think most of you all, let me see, I think a the executive chef the executive chef may have instructed C, and that would be A, right? I'm saying D because he wouldn't be suspicious. Well, I love that you all have dedicated uh, some of your day to trying to sort this out. Uh, well, oh man, I lost it. I don't know what I did with the original photo. Oh well, never mind. I'm gonna just move on then. What did I do with the original photo? That is very strange. Okay. Okay, moving on. I'm glad you like it. Let's see. The person didn't touch the food, but he touched the utensil. Maybe so he is wearing gloves to prevent himself from touching it. Oh, that is smart. That is smart. I like that. D is saying it wasn't me. And that is how a person would react. They had that smile on their face. It wasn't me. Don't look at me. It wasn't me. Okay. Well, I don't know where we would ever find the answer. I'm going to put this into the. Okay. Oh, I did find it on the Google Lens. Okay, I did find it here. And I can see us on Instagram. Let me see. Investigation. Oh, no. This is in another language. It looks like it's Indian, maybe. And you know what? Everyone who's looking at it there, they are all answering just like we have. Like there's no certain answer. Huh. Well, did not open up a can of worms. There's a whole bunch of different things like this. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. All right, let me get out of here before I get stuck. Uh, okay. Legs. Legs. You are putting a lot into this, and I appreciate it, but let me see. Why is B's apron orange? Because of Agent Orange, which of course is what? A toxin. So B obviously served in the war in Vietnam, and he is very familiar with Agent Orange. And that's why he's wearing an orange apron because B is the killer. Maybe he wasn't poisoned. Oh, Lord. Okay, y'all. Woo. Okay. I have no way to verify what the real answer is. So I don't know. But I agree, these are fun. AI says, oh, you know what? Even AI is getting in on it. Would you like to hear what AI has to say? The killer is Chef C. Chef C is holding the bottle with a skull and crossbone symbol, which indicates poison. The victim is lying on the floor next to a plate of food, suggesting he was poisoned. The other chefs have no suspicious items or behavior. Chef A is wearing a glove, Chef B is scratching his head, and Chef D is just standing there. The clock on the wall that the time is, wait a minute. Okay, the clock on the wall shows that the time is 10 o'clock, which doesn't seem to be relevant to the crime. Okay, now you know what? AI was doing good till it got to the clock. Okay, AI was doing really good until it got to the clock. The clock does not say 10 unless there's another clock I do not see. So, okay, according to AI, it is C. And according to you all, most of you all, I think, say C and D and A. All right, I'm going to move on. Well, thank you for participating, everyone. This is a lot of fun for me, too. Well, 510 for him. Okay. Chef C's fingerprints are on the bottle. AI don't know nothing. Oh, speaking of fingers, there's Charles. Um, you know, I don't think there's a living person in all of the royal family who is actually any relations to World War II, not even World War One at this point, obviously. And yet, you can see how emotional everyone is. Um, I could accept this from Queen Elizabeth because she had very intimate relations with people from that era, right? She knew people who um, served and everything. They were family members. They were other aristos and such. But for the rest of the family, uh, this I think it's going like way too far with all of the. It's like a competition to see who can be the most mournful, who can be the most solemn in the family. I mean, they didn't carry on like this when Queen Elizabeth died. They certainly didn't carry on like this when Prince Philip died. Oh, okay. So if that is poison that C has, why is he holding the bottle without gloves and open the bottle? Didn't eat the food when walking. He only held the item, which means the item may be poison. Interesting. It's a very interesting theory, Inspector Clouseau. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. Wait. Well, okay. Okay. Uh oh. Legs. Stop pulling me back into this picture. Stop pulling me back into this picture. But it is true, he doesn't seem to have any fingers. Perhaps the dingo ate your fingers. Has anyone seen my fingers? Perhaps the dingo ate your fingers. Oh man. Good morning, yes. Perhaps the dingo ate your fingers. Well, you guys, Kate has decided if you if you can't be a working royal, then be a pilgrim, I guess. Yeah, if you can't be a working royal, then just be a pilgrim or something. I listened to the media giving their impressions of Prince George. Now, of course, Prince George is a child. And of course, even if he wasn't, I have no quarrel with him. It's his parents I don't like. However, it seems to help the monarchy. The monarchy is sustained with opinions. That is what keeps the monarchy afloat. We don't know what they're thinking or feeling or experiencing firsthand. So, what do? We hope that they stay quiet so that we can assign the impressions that people should have of them. You know what I mean? The media, they have to, that's why they love Queen Elizabeth, because you didn't know what she was thinking. The most that you'd ever get out of Queen Elizabeth are statements from her staff, and also whatever she wears has some deep hidden meaning. I mean, it's so deep, even she didn't know it. So now we're trying to analyze how capable of a sovereign George will be based on photos of him that look. I think he looks very uncomfortable. I believe he's extremely shy. I don't think he's thrilled about his prospects for the future. And that's just my opinion. If I can assign my idea to someone I don't know and probably will never meet in life, I have to say this system that they have where you put so much pressure on children. He has been singled out from every child that he will ever meet and told that you are one day going to be king. That's a hell of a thing to do to a person. Look at how William turned out. Look at how William turned out. Oh Lord. Maybe I think that C was the fall guy because he is the only one with the mustache and bigger than the others. Oh my God. You are taking a deep dive. The other guys are interchangeable except for the feature gloves, yellow apron, etc. You know, this is bad because this is actually starting to make sense. Heather Stroud says conspiracy theories abound. And there's Kate with that very pleased look because she gets to be the center of attention, even though Charles is supposed to be the focal point. She gets the chance to be the center of attention, which is just the way she likes it. One of the derangers, there's a deranger who said that George is sitting to the right side of Kate. And he says that that is a very big deal because that is the seat reserved for the heir to the throne. And so he seems to believe that because he's taking the seat that belongs to the heir to the throne, that I don't he didn't say why that was a big deal, but like I said, that's one of the things that are interesting about the royals is that even when you don't know, you can just insert your ideas of what's happening with them as though they're a soap opera, and they really are like a soap opera. That's why I always say that the royals to Americans, they're just novelties. They're just something interesting to look at. I don't think most people here take it serious. Poor George. And there's Charles and Camilla scheming. Sophie's back there, um, realizing that she'll never be anything but um, a lady in waiting to Catherine. Well, not exactly, but you know what I mean. She'll have to follow Catherine around. Her husband is never going to be king. He doesn't come home much. I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just filling in stuff like everybody else. Royal tribute. And this is that photo of Kate that I grabbed yesterday. That's the real Kate Middleton. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, really, I do take caution with the kids because I don't want to be another person um, trying to create an identity for them. But it is very odd in 2025 the level of public access to a child. Not just a child, but all three of them, really. Let me see. The wig is not the real Kate Middleton. And then when it's all over with, a very withered Kate makes her exit. So anyway, that was from that last night. Oh my goodness, what is going on with William's face here? What is that face? What is that face? What is he up to? And if you notice, the guy in the background there, you see him there in the background? It seems as though he is a bit embarrassed. Did William say something really stupid? Something that they're going to have to clean up? I don't know. I'm just filling in the blanks. So then there's this. That was Sunday morning, the Remembrance Day. Emotional King Charles leads impeccable. Let me try that again. Impeccable Remembrance Sunday 2-minute silence with Prince William, Kate, Godzilla, Edward, teary-eyed Sophie. Oh, Lord. The moment the Duchess of Edinburgh is brought to tears at the cenotaph. Next. William decided to show up. As you know, William did not go to the event the night before. Some people say he is sulking because Charles decided to pull a Harry and distract people from Earth Flop. I don't know why anybody would be interested in the Earth Flop. When it comes to the environment, it is a very, very low impact organization. It is, I get the idea. You create a competition where people who have come up with innovative ways to help us make a more sustainable world. In other words, someone who can recycle plastic bottles and turn them into, I don't know, disposable plates or eyewear. Who knows what you can do with it? But that is the idea. And a committee of people decide to reward, 5 individuals or 10 individuals every year. They are rewarded for their efforts where sustainability is concerned. If you pit that against just about anything, even a rerun of Murder, She Wrote, I'm sure most people would rather watch Murder, She Wrote than watch Earth Flop. It's just not that interesting. I don't know who their target audience is, but there's just not enough Greta Thunbergs around the world that are going to tune into that. Even Greta, I think she's got a boyfriend. Even Greta didn't watch it this year. She got a boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Greta's got her groove, so she's not watching it. I don't know who the target audience is, but it's just not interesting. Harry is interesting. Even Charles was interesting in comparison because he was with what's his name? Beckham. But I don't know who they think are going to take time out and celebrate Earth Flop. And I suppose the whole thing of this is an Olympic. Now, what did they say? It was a Super Bowl moment. Comparing it to the Super Bowl didn't even help. And then, of course, William got clever and decided to disguise himself as Greta so that people would think that Greta Thunberg was the one um, hosting the event. And even that didn't work. So even that didn't work. Even pretending to be Greta did not bring an audience. So I say next time, just do it by Zoom. You can Zoom this meeting. You don't have to go out there because nobody's interested and nobody cares. Not even for a bearded Greta. Dummy. Oh, well, they all look so solemn and so serious. I guess this has been another successful remembrance. And then these two, those two heifers right there, conspiring backstabbers, they decided to put their hostility away for the day and they actually talked to one another. Now, who knows what Camilla called her when she put that paper up to her mouth? And Kate was like, uh huh, back at you, back at you. Camilla's like, I just said it looks like a shampoo commercial. That's all. I just said that it looks like a shampoo commercial. Uh huh. Oh, and then back to ignoring each other. So that was their day. Uh, Dull, boring, and old fashioned. A glimpse into the last 6 months wasn't hard as she hardly done anything. Shows her lack of style, direction is just awful. How you don't have your own style by your 40s is beyond me. So, David decided to give us a glimpse of Kate's last 6 months of fashion, whether it's the Pilgrim, little Oakley Annie. Doesn't she look like Oakley Annie? Or is it the soccer mom with a blazer? Or how about that gray suit where she pretended like she was a detective? Or what about Barrister Kate? What about Plaid Kate? And what about the big bow Kate? What about the little lace bow Kate? And then what about why is her hands? That is so distracting. Why am I looking at the back of her hands? Huh? Why am I looking at the back of her hands? Why does she look like she's about to play the piano? Huh? Why does she look like she's about to play the piano? I'm just asking. That is so weird to me. I feel like I should be seeing more of her thumbs and not so much the back of her hands. And yet, that's all I see now. Once you see it, you cannot not see it. So it's weird. And then, of course, there is the let me see, what do we call the one with the hat? That is the I'm going to say that is the Duchess catching the train, Kate. And then the green outfit, that's school teacher Kate. And then the blue one, that's just Kate. Isn't this bad? Isn't that awful? It is really bad. Okay, the hat is like a 1940s style. The one, the blush or pink or whatever that is. Yeah, it is pretty bad. And then you see the one at the top, second from the left. Why does it seem like she's about to fall over? Is she standing on an incline or something? Is she standing on an incline? Why is she leaning forward like that? You guys, I'm so bad tonight. I need to stop. But I think my favorite is Detective Kate, where she kind of looks like she's a in an episode of what's the one where the two women played police officers? Oh man. I tell you, Kate Middleton's always good for a laugh. As a matter of fact, let me see. Didn't I oh, there it is. There it is right there. There's Detective Kate. Um I decided, oh, Cagney and Lacey, there you go. There's Cagney and Lacey Kate. I'm doing busy work. Hi, I'm Kate. I'm doing busy work. Yeah, that's Cagney and Lacey Kate. And then, of course, let me see. I have still been trying to figure this one out. Wait for it. When I saw this, I kept saying, where is the Royal Protection Officers? Where are the Royal Protection Officers? Because Kate is being mugged. She is being attacked by that skirt. She is being attacked by that skirt. That skirt is about to pull her down to the ground, and nobody's doing anything to help. Why isn't anybody helping? Ever since her stylist left, she has gone from bad to worse. She has been everything from a farmhand to a cheap detective. Okay, I got to stop. This is the future queen consort, and she deserves all of the respect that comes with her position, even if she don't know how to dress. And then someone pointed out how creepy it is that 40, what is she, 43-year-old Kate is dressing like a 19-year-old Princess Diana. That was a hot look back in the 1980s. But today, I think people would feel differently about it. Um, Unfortunately, Diana only lived to what, age 36? By age 36, she had evolved from those types of outfits long ago. And here, Kate, in her her early to mid 40s or mid to late 40s, she decides to resurrect that look. Resurrection Katie. That's what I'm going to call her. Resurrection Katie. And a while ago, one of the squatties even said, huh, Kate designer connections. Yep. Remember they said that Kate didn't want to get close to Meghan because she thought Meghan was interested in getting her designer contacts, as though Meghan would be caught anywhere wearing something that Kate has worn. Huh? Could you imagine Meghan in any of those outfits? Well, okay, a couple of them I can because, um, well, no, just one. Yeah, just one of them I can imagine Meghan because it is almost a replica of something Meghan would wear. The only difference is you don't see the back of Meghan's hands when she wears it. That's what the difference is. When Meghan wears anything, you don't have to see the back of her hands. That's the difference. Questionable joke about Kate Middleton's Norfolk cancer video as royal biographer Robert Jobson reveals new details about King Charles' battle. Um, of course, that is what spawned the thing about Kate and Camilla latest thing is that because of Robert Jobson, now Kate knows how Camilla feels about her return video or I'm doing better, whatever that video was about, the one where she did the shampoo commercial. And then if you take a look there on the right, that of course is Willie and Jason in Brazil. Kate was not welcome to come to Brazil, so William uh, went by himself. Um, I only just noticed that photo there on the left side. I didn't realize that was Jason. And I'm not insinuating anything. They are supposed to be together because Jason is in charge of that moonshot stuff. Let's see. It is one of those old skirts that if she goes to the river to wash the clothes, she Oh, I see what you're saying. Hold on. I see what you're saying. All right. Check 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, is my microphone working? Okay, check 1, 2, 3. I think I did something to my microphone just now. Oh boy. Check 1, 2, 3. Why do I see red? Oh, give me a second, you guys. That looks odd. Can you all hear me? Because my microphone has a red dot when it should be the green dots. Check 1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, okay. All right, that looks better. I don't know why that red dot was on, but all right. At least I know it's working. I have seen some videos like that on the social media. So, yes, I understand what you're saying. Okay. We might have to do a members only legs so we can hear the rest of that story. So we can hear the rest of that story. We might have to do a members only for that one. Okay, let me see. I thought Prince William would be a good king because he's quite vanilla, but he's actually worse than King Charles, kissing the butt of Mike Bloomberg and his ghastly Earthshot Prize for service to eco fannies. Um, then flying off to Brazil as we far right peasants prepare for tax rises. Now, Charlotte Gill, Char- Charlotte Gill is very, very right wing. She is notorious, and she said some terrible things about the Sussexes in the past, which is why I'm surprised that she's being very frank about this, because usually it is blanketed cover for everything William does. And then there on the right side, you can see end of the monarchy, which is what caught my eye in the first place. One of the squaddies shared that snap on the right side. And would you get out of my head and stop making me see that? uh, okay, serious. Now, what was I saying? Oh, I was saying that. Uh, oh yes, that this what's her name, Charlotte Gill. The way she was saying those things about the Earth flock, and right here, this is from the Earthshot Prize. Thank you for having us, Rio. Oh, I'm sure they did have you. I'm sure that quite a few of them had you, but we won't go there. uh, uh, Lex, you are too funny. Uh, uh, um. Oh, so, but as you can see, I won't make anything of how close Jason Knopf and his employer, William. I won't say anything about how close they are. Yes, Jason has the hairline that William always wanted. Yes, he has a beard, which William adores. Um, but it means nothing. This is a professional working relationship, one of many where a person with thick hair and a nice youthful hairline and beard has come to the employ of Kensington Palace, and they are only there for professional reasons, and that's that. So, any insinuation of anything else is just pure folly. Leave it to Celibici. They always find just the right photos. I didn't even know anything this looks like someone who just did an insurance job, like someone who just bought a 20-pound skirt. made made of some of the most absorbent fabric known to man, and then sent their wife down to the slippery rocks of the riverside, next to a raging torrent. That's so that he have more time for his professional work. That's what that picture looks like someone who went and bought a skirt for his wife that weighs 20 pounds dry, and happened to have purchased a new home near some type of nature preserve with some stream running through it and lots of slippery moss covered rock. Problem solved. Oh, and who helped him pick out that skirt? Why, his assistant with all that hair and beard and stuff. That's who helped him pick it out. Oh man. Okay. All right. So oh yeah. So this was a time to put selfishness and petty squabbles aside. Instead of clown Harry partied with the tacky Kardashians, and Meghan's beaming smile reveals the truth. It's the time of year when we put aside selfishness and petty squabbles and remember those who lost their lives in unnecessary wars past. Um, oh, yes, I had figured it out. Yes, I did. uh, it's like they say, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? Well, how many layers of a crinoline does it take? How many layers of a crinoline does it take uh, to get a new queen consort? Oh, uh, oh man. Uh, uh, uh. Legs, you are so bad. You're so bad. I didn't know there was anybody else with such a warped sense of humor. I thought I was the only one. Oh man. Liz Jones is a jealous stalker. Yes, she is. Well, as I mentioned earlier, that, or I think I said it yesterday, that Meghan, the fact that she's always pleasant and smiling, right? The fact that she never lets them see her sweat. You know that that is something that really um, gets into their head. And so Liz Jones just, revealed in this column that the fact that Meghan is beaming and smiling and happy is something that keeps her up at night. Also, the fact that Harry is not. Um, also, you know what? Where did I hear this? That Charles would have given Harry the approval to go to Canada. Did anybody else hear that? And I don't remember where I heard that, but it was said that Harry would have at least run that past his father, especially if they are trying to become closer to one another with whatever time is remaining. If that is the case, then Charles would be the guilty party, even though they said this was a year in planning. Fine. But they were saying that if Charles did not want Canada, where he is still the official head of state, if he did not want Harry there for that particular time period, then it would not have happened. That he would have had some kind of way to dictate the schedule. Did anybody else hear that? Because I promise you, I heard that somewhere, and I don't remember where, but it's been the last couple days that someone said that that would have been presented to Charles, and that Charles obviously gave his approval for Harry to be there at that time. So let me know if anyone else heard that. I just don't remember where I heard it. I think it was Tom Sykes. I think it was Tom Sykes. Have you watched Tom Sykes? I believe it was Tom Sykes that said that, because Tom Sykes seems to have it in for Charles, as though he wants desperately to build a case against Charles, and I believe that's where I heard it. Yeah, I understand that Charles does not get the final word about what the Sussexes are doing. However, um, Canada is a commonwealth, and Charles still does have some, authority there. So it's not to say that Charles could absolutely put a stop to it, but Harry is still a prince of the realm. Harry still has certain diplomatic, you know, considerations. And since he and his father are on speaking terms again, I just think that it's possible that Harry may have given some consideration to his father because they are trying to normalize their relationship. I'm just saying it's possible. I don't know. I'm not saying 100% that it's true, but I'm just saying it could be possible. Um, I don't blame you, Hazel Jones, because Tom Sykes gives me anxiety. I keep thinking that tooth is going to scrape me across the nose, that big giant snaggle tooth that he has so much trouble pulling his lip over it. I keep thinking that that large, jagged tooth is going to pop right out of my screen. So it's not easy to watch him. Snaggletooth Sykes. Oh, Snaggletooth Sykes. You cannot trust the Snaggletooth. Yeah, that's true. Harry and Meghan were the only ones that seemed to that looked sad at the Queen's funeral, and the rest of them, they had to do like those people around. I was looking at this thing about Liberace, and they were saying that his housekeeper and his lawyer and a couple of other people, as soon as he took his last breath, all of them disappeared into his bedroom and started uh, ransacking the place. So that happens. Oh, you mean the Rainbow Parade? Yeah, that could be it. So I went to the comment section of that article. Harry and Meghan both look good as ever, despite some serious A-listers. Most of the attention was on them. They effortlessly outshine the creepy bunch of Windsors over there. Prince Harry is a beautiful human being, just like Princess Meg's. Hugs, hugs, hugs. Loki says one of the funniest things is the need to pretend Harry is lost, aimless, and trapped in an unhappy marriage. There appears to be a lot of projection here from the people who make these claims. Harry has just returned from yet another trip where he interacted with the veterans who love him so much. He has a fabulous social life, a beautiful family, and enough projects to keep him going for decades. Certain people assume we cannot see that. They think that if they repeat it, Harry is lost over and over again, somehow it will become true. Meanwhile, Harry and Meghan just carry on making a huge difference and gaining popularity, while the opposite applies to the left behinds. William's Earthshot event, even Kate wasn't interested, was a damp squib. It always is, despite the tabloids and KP doing their best to portray him as a cross between a global statesman and a sex symbol. Massive failure on both counts. Hello. Hello. I love it. Nope, not that one. Okay. Okay. Read them and weep. Read them and weep. The royal family didn't want Harry. He tried to stay. They went with his brother, who didn't even bother to turn up because he was jet lagged. They're talking about a man who couldn't do more for veterans. His brother ditched them because he's tired. Gotta say, wrong move, which is something that should be considered is that given the age and the fragility of some of those people who showed up, and William pretending to be jet lagged is not a good look. He will be the future commander in chief of the armed services, and he has shown blatant disrespect again. Okay, the next one. Harry's interaction with the veterans is well known and far more worthwhile than the look at me wearing a poppy brigade. Invictus has done far more good than Charles, Camilla, William, and Kate added together. They show up once a year, but Invictus carries on the whole year long. Let me see. Mouse says, I think this is tone deaf to go to this crass party on the eve of remembrance. However, people saying he had a great relationship with Kate and Will, etc., before he came along. How can it be all her fault? Maybe they were happy to have single and lonely Harry to their beck and call, but couldn't accept he had a new priority. I feel she tried and they didn't give her a chance. And of course, I believe the reference is toward Meghan trying to, stick it out. But there was a constant attack from the press, which led to a lot of negative comments from people in public. And of course, other things. So Meghan was just like, you know what? I'm going to try harder. But Harry said, we're out of here. Pack it up. We're leaving. So they left. All right. And then the last person, interesting name, Stop Bullying Meghan. Harry has spent time in Canada making the occasion, whilst William, marking, not making. Okay, let me clean my glasses. Oh, this is really bad. Hold on. Okay, better. Harry has spent time in Canada marking the occasion whilst William was handing out his irrelevant prize in Brazil. It was William who skipped the 80th anniversary of VJ Day celebration this summer because he was on holiday. You guys, I love the comment section. If you find yourself in the comment section, always go to the worst comments, and that is where you will find the ones that I share with you here. They were all categorized as the worst comments. If it ever has to do with the Sussexes, just click on the button that says worst. And that is only categorized that way because they are telling the truth. So there you go. Excuse me. All right. Oh, wait. Is okay. All right, I have this one last thing for you guys. Now you got to add up your score. Let me get a pen and paper here. This is the part where you tell the kids to leave the room. Ready? Just add up all the things that you've done before. And of course, number one, have you ever, made love? That's worth 10 points. Smoked? That's worth 6 points. Got drunk? That's worth 2 points. Kissed someone of the opposite sex? 6 points. Kissed someone of the same sex? 9 points. Peed in the pool? Been suspended in college? Been in a fist fight? Stole something? Please do not mention the stuff that, because we're party favors. Yeah, I'll just say party favors. Have you ever done any party favors? Have you ever been in love? Cried? Been heartbroken? Got arrested? And made out in public? Okay. So please let me know what your scores are while I add man up. Yeah, I had to get the calculator out. I've been in love before. I've been in love before. The hardest part is when you're in it. Been in love before. I've been in love before. The hardest part is when you're in it. Um, oh, well, thank you so much, Soul Brother. Kenny James, how dare you? I'm barely on this list. Oh, T Max says 47. Uh, woo, 90. As a matter of fact, what is the maximum score? Does it add up to 90? I don't think I've ever let me see. Okay, +1 +9. Oh, let me see. 18, 20. Okay. 20. Okay. Wow, it adds up to 100. And so at least one of you have a 90 score. Um Okay. My score is in the well, it's in the upper levels. It's in the upper levels. Um Anybody else working on the math or just don't want to be bothered, huh? Well, well, well. Haven't we had interesting lives? Most of you don't even want to say. I think 47 is very conservative. Huh? Is that all we getting tonight? Well, hello, Naomi. Oh, Hazel Jones, 54. Okay. That's right there in the middle, I believe. Nice, nice. Remember, you don't have to tell us the exact things that you are copping to, but oh boy. Well, this is one of the more interesting ones, right? Um, okay. Well, I guess that's it then. This is the part where everybody goes quiet. Which is okay. Which is okay. Where's Church Nelly? I'm sure I'd have to add some numbers for Church Nelly. Oh, okay. I know it's late there, 6:30 p.m. perfect for Aussie time. Um, wow, it's 6:30 p.m., huh? Cook, eat, and Baron. Very cool. Thanks for letting me be a part of your day. Oh, 50. Okay, redo 50. All right. Very cool. Very conservative. That means that you've lived, but not too much of the, you're like right there in the middle. That's a good place to be. Okay. All right. So I guess we're done then. Nobody else has any numbers they want to share. Well, that's fine. I'll accept that. I will gracefully accept that. I mean, it is, rather daunting. That means you have to think about the early years, not to. Um, okay, okay. Well, I'm somewhere in the 70s myself. I'm somewhere in the 70s. Yeah, yeah, I'm somewhere in the 70s, but let's just say it's been an interesting life. uh, it's a good thing that one of the questions is, have you ever come back from vacation on penicillin? Um, because of course I could only answer that truthfully. I mean, because listen, if you've come back from vacation on penicillin, that usually means you had a good time, I think. Oh, that's so bad. And this is the hour when Royal Sussex turns into a tawdry burlesque show. Uh, don't know how to add this. Well, I mean, just very carefully, that's all. Let me see. All but number 5. Okay, okay. That's fun. I know all of that, making those faces and stuff that they do, this time of year. Huh, I well, I think at a certain point, that, it is rather gross to see some of the most privileged people carrying on like that, and most of them have little or no relations to those types of sacrifices, so, um, kinda tacky. Yeah, I think it's kinda tacky. And then all the papers say, "Whoa, they were looking very solemn." Well, it's a solemn occasion. How else would you look? Okay, 27. Damn, 79, huh? My. Let me look over these categories again. Well, you've been busy. That's all I can say is you've been busy, which is a good thing. Which is a good thing. I mean, we were born to live our lives. Uh, I think I got a lot of reflux. That's why I'm like, I'm having a case of bad reflux. Well, I tell you what, before I go, I'm going to see if I can find one more of these little fun things that I can share. And I'm sure I have something that I have not used yet. A lot is missing from that list, just saying. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they were meant to be very scientific, of course. Oh, okay, I found one. I found one. This one may seem a bit polarizing, but, I'm just kidding. This one's not bad. Okay, are you guys ready for it? Here it comes. Oh, yeah, you add the numbers on the right side. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. You add the numbers on the right side because all the numbers on the right add up to a score of 100. So, yeah, you just add the numbers. Thank you so much for that. Add the numbers on the right side. Oh my goodness. If you add points for how many times, oh, oh, if I added points for how many times, we'd be here all day. What? 6? 6? Okay, well, thank you, Sister Naomi Maria. Sister Naomi Maria, I will make a donation to your parish. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, let's get back there again. Yes, how many holes are in this shirt? Let me see. 6, 8. I see 6. Uh, yes, I. That's why I had to hurry up and get back here so it'd be understood that we are talking about the T-shirt now. I had to hurry up and get back here. Uh, uh. Oh, you were talking to. Oh, Naomi, you were talking about the T-shirt. Okay, okay. Okay. See, I shouldn't have put something up here with numbers because I got myself confused that time. Um. Okay, I got 6 and okay. I'm gonna give you my best answer. I'm gonna give you my best answer. Um. Yeah, exactly. Because how many holes are there? Well, you got one at the top, one at the bottom, because that's how you put the shirt on. And then there's one on either side for the sleeves. But the holes in the middle of the shirt, those are a twofer. You get to count 2 for each hole. So because we can see green, that means that it's not just a hole in the front, there's also a hole in the back. So that means there's got to be 8 holes in this shirt. 8. There's 8 holes in this shirt. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? What if this is a trick question? How many holes do you see? Well, you can only really see 3, right? The collar and the yeah, I'm sure it's not a trick question, but it says how many okay, it doesn't say how many you see. Okay, listen to me. Don't pay me any attention. How many holes are in this shirt? There's 8. Don't pay me any attention. I'm adding a word that's not any even there. How many holes do you see? It doesn't say what you see. It says what it is. So pay me no attention. There are 8 holes in this shirt. 8. Okay, you guys. Let me see if I can find one more before we go, since we're having so much fun. Let me see if I can find one more. Let me see if I can find something. Let me see. Fun quiz. Oh, here's a good one. I know the answer without looking it up. Which goddess gave her name to breakfast cereal? Huh? Which goddess gave her name to breakfast cereal? That's like a Jeopardy question. Which goddess gave her name to breakfast cereal? Do 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 do. Do 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 boom boom. Are you guys cheating? Are you guys cheating? Maybe that's not a good one. Yes, Ceres, the goddess of grain. Ceres, the goddess of grain. That is the is she a Greek goddess? Um, she's the one that cereal is named for. Ceres is the goddess of grain, harvest, wheat, and all that stuff. Very good. Okay, I think I'm going to call it a night. Yeah, and then when I come across some of these randomly, I'll just save the ones that I think are fun, and we'll do. Oh, is she Roman? Oh, Roman goddess of grain series. Okay, thank you. Yeah. There is a famous building in Chicago that has the statue of Ceres. Does anybody know which one it is? Anybody? I'm gonna see if I can find a picture. Okay. Oh, that's too many pixels. That is way too many pixels. Oh, this works. Okay, I'll show it to you. Now, mind you, this is a very Art Deco image, so it is not a classic statue. There it is. That is the goddess Ceres, and she's on top of the Chicago Board of Trade building from 1930. The reason why she's up there is because being the Midwest and being, of course, the Board of Trade, that statue represents the commodities market where they would trade wheat, grain, pork bellies, all that kind of stuff. So that's why they put that statue up there as like a good luck symbol for the Chicago Board of Trade. Oh, you know it already, huh? Very cool. Yeah, if you ever take a city tour, they always mention that. Lex says, you know, the biggest asteroid in the asteroid belt is called Ceres. I did not know that. I did not know that. Yeah, 1930, that thing was up there. This building used to have an observation deck. At one time, it was like the tallest building in the city, so they had put an observation deck. But that is a classic 19. Let me show you a picture of the building from a distance. It is a very beautiful building. The Chicago Board of Trade. The Chicago Board of Trade building. Let me see. Yeah, this is a great picture right here. I'll show you. I am done, you guys. So if you all need to get your day started or say goodnight, now is a good time. I'm just kind of putzing around here. There it is. That is the Board of Trade, and the statue is way up there on the top. This is why they use this intersection. They use this for a lot of, that is what, Jackson Boulevard? That street in front of the building, there is a street there that goes past the building. It's called Jackson Boulevard, and that statue is on top of the building. And a lot of movies that are situated in New York City, they actually film it in Chicago because on the weekends, especially, there's really nobody down there. You know, it's very quiet. So getting a permit for filming is super easy. I even suspect this photo was probably taken on one of the looks like an afternoon photo, evening photo. Yep. But it looks like a canyon. And the two buildings that you see left and right, those are both bank buildings. The one on the right side is the Federal Reserve Bank of Chicago. And the one on the left side, I forgot what bank that was. But anyway, the original bank is not there anymore. It's a different bank. And yeah, so you have the federal and the private bank and the Board of Trade where the people make the money. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah, if you've never been to Chicago, I tell you, the architecture will just blow your mind. A lot of wedding photos, they take them right there at that intersection. Okay, well, thanks everyone. Thank you all for participating in our little quiz and games. And I will see you all later today or tomorrow, whichever applies. Always a pleasure. Thank you, moderators. Okay. Ooh, um, 67. I almost missed that one. 67. Nice. Nice. Okay. Okay, now say goodnight.